Yeah, hello, wonderful people, viewers and subscribers. Some of you have been watching when we had some serious um, cut off with our network. So we are right back. This is BVI Channel One Live interactive section on Biafra discourse, happening every Friday of the week from 6, 7, and 8 as the case might be. All right, today we're going to be talking about a very important discussion. We'll be talking about a very important discussion topic that is very, very crucial and very, very important. We take a look at it. Counting the cost of another war. Can Biafra people afford it? All right. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, like, and share. We're going to also be explaining some of the angles. We're going to be looking at this from different angles with respect to war. Can Biafra people afford another war? You can appreciate the fact that Nigeria is at war already. That one is a known fact. From east, north, west, and south, the war is ravaged. Okay, and we appreciate the fact also that it is as a result of the open grade. That is the major concern in Nigeria, and it is happening across Nigeria. Narrowing down to the southeast, or by extension, south-south, we all can also attest to the fact that the governors from the south, especially south and south-south, did not sign or do the needful what the governors of the west did and part of north central did by banning open grazing, which resulted in IPOB coming up to declare ESM, taking up arms, with the mantra they want to defend the land, to force to enforce end of open grazing. These are non-state actors. But what did the state actors do? I mean, the governors, what did they do? They did nothing. They did nothing to protect the people. They did nothing to ban open grazing as at the time they were supposed to. And when they did, they paid lip service. Up to today, people are still marauding cows. Now, let us keep. We have now understood why this whole thing has happened, because we have to go down to the root cause of this whole problem. The insecurity in the southeast, especially. Imo State at the moment is the boiling point. What happened? How did we get here? How did we get here to the point where young people are being killed? Every day people have reports. There's one lady that I saw. I shed tears. Told us from the video how her brother was killed, and she was called upon to come and identify her brother in the police, and they tagged him on gunman. Somebody who is traveling on the commuter bus, young people traveling on the commuter bus are at high risk. Even those traveling with their private car, it is very risky to be a young man in the southeast now. How did we get here? How did we get here? All of you were at the man. But we will get a no matter the situation. Our people are being hated in Nigeria. Even the current government, led by Buhari, is not making it a hidden thing. He is making it very clear. From day one, remember the interview he granted them in the US, talking about 95% and 5%. And the most recent one, talking about a dot in a cycle, and reminding you that you have properties across Nigeria, the Igbos. And it's not just talking about a group of people agitating for Biafra. That's talking about IPOB led by Nnamdi Kanu as a group. He's talking about and referring to the entire Igbo nation. I've made my response to that. But now, what can we do to save the lives of our people? There is war already. Our people are being killed. What else is war? People are being killed every day. People are being killed. People are being sidelined and killed. Some really. People are some really executed. Extrajudicial killing is happening in our homeland. It is a crime against humanity. Even in the northeast and the northwest, where Boko Haram and bandits and the rest of them have been ravaging all these years. Young people are not targeted that way and killed summarily, tag them, whatever they tag them. But it is happening in our homeland. But the bitter truth is that how did we get to this point? How did we attract our enemies to our homeland? That is a very crucial question. I've, on this platform, so many times, many of our people clamoring for war, saying after all, there is war already. How prepared are you? What kind of war are you ready to fight? There are different wars and battles. And there are different battlegrounds. It is left for you to choose wisely. You don't choose to fight your enemy in his advantaged position and your disadvantaged position. It doesn't make sense. There are so many wars to be fought. Intellectual wars, legal wars, diplomatic wars, even media war to be fought. That is the truth. But the one of open confrontation, to what purpose does that serve? My people, I am asking that question. I need an answer from you. I need an answer from you. It is very important. It is very, very important. Don't forget that you can drop your comments on the live chat. You can as well call the lines when the lines are open to make your submission. To what end? To what? Who does that serve? Who does that serve? To what purpose? Many a time I have said it, and our people are making it difficult for us who are trying to sensitize the general public. Many of our people know that the Nigerian system do not like our people. Our people, we are not in their good books. The good books are like, no, as long as you are an Igbo person. Okay? As long as you are an Igbo person. I've said it time and over. It is only a madman that set his house on fire just because an enemy came in. No, you don't set your house on fire. There are so many ways to kill a rat. I gave you as choices than and believe. This is time to apply utmost caution and wisdom. We don't just react to everything. This is exactly what is happening today in Imo State particularly, is exactly what our enemies wanted. They needed that opportunity. I was so disappointed seeing our people, even if the activities of a non-government, it doesn't concern you as a civilian, as a non-state actor, it doesn't concern you. Why come out, record it, share it, and be publishing it everywhere on the social media? What do you think the result will be? That is exactly what the result is. That is the truth. When we caution our people, when we tell and advise our people, stop doing that, they call you saboteur, they call you any sort of name. But we are trying everything to avoid these deaths. We can't afford to give our enemies the opportunity to be killing us indiscriminately. We need to choose our battleground. And I told our people, first of all, you have to choose who man your political power. Don't forget, what is happening in the southeast, or that resulted to what we are seeing today, is happening in the southwest. They handled it in their own way. The same thing happened in the north central, particularly Benue State. I told our people, let us apply the same principle. I'm not blaming you, but I'm trying to refresh your memory. Manata Kabubo, today it is still early for us to reverse. And by the end of this program, I try to achieve one thing. One thing I want to achieve is, if it is the will of our people, the non-state actors whom their activities have attracted the enemies those who have considered you an enemy, those who have considered you a dot in a cycle, to come in and wipe you out. If we say we endorse the activities, or the people endorse the activities, so be it. I am just only a voice. But I am here to advise and call our people to order. Because I've sat one-on-one with our elders who fought, who played key roles to so many of them. Colonel Boudier and the rest of them. A lot of them. I've stayed with them. I've interacted with them. They have impacted me with the knowledge, and I'm here to pass it out. Many of them, almost all of them, have gone. But I'm here to voice what they have dropped and impacted to our people, to learn. That's why he says, yeah, this is the voice of the gods and the voice of the ancestors. Most of the things I'm telling you have been passed down. At the time Ojukwu fought the war, our people were more united. You have the people in authority manning the aspiration of our people, fighting to defend their people. The crop of political class we have in our land today, they are on different pages from the people. The people are demanding for one thing, they are pursuing another. That's why in the West, Sunday Bohom is on the street agitating for Duduwa. Nobody has been shot there. You know why? Because their governors and the political class are standing behind him. If you don't know that, know it today. Now you begin to appreciate when I tell you that we need to get all this political class out of office. We need to overhaul the structure in Igbo land and get men and women who have balls in between their legs to carry the aspiration of our people to the center where it will be discussed.
They've taken our life. Please bear with me, and I'll be right back. Please, for us to fix the light. Please, 1 second. We'll be right back.
But not the 8, but not the switch. No. Sorry about that interruption. You know where we are broadcasting from, so some of these things are expected. Unfortunately, our solar system has gone down. All right. So that is what we are talking about now. I think we should just open up the lines and allow people to make their contribution as we proceed. We're already having the first caller, but it's not connecting. Please, you can call back again. We're opening up the lines. You can drop your comments on the comment section, and also you can call the numbers you see right up there, 08104545533, to make your submission. Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Chendo, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. You are live and direct on the live program.
Because my screen couldn't come through, so I thought.
All right. So what is your take on the topic under discussion?
Yeah, because as I say, my screen didn't come on. Well, there is it Biafra what? You say Biafra
We are talking about
topic about the.
we are talking about counting the cost of another war. Can Biafran people afford it now? That is what we are talking about.
All right, Mr. Janedo, you see, one thing, we can afford it. We can afford it if we put our mind together. Because you see, I just watched the other video you sent to me about books. We might, but when the push comes to shove, we have no alternative. We got to, the Palestinians. They did something for themselves. They did rockets. That rocket and other arms would have wiped them out. So we can afford another war.
How do you intend to prosecute that
All
war?
to do is get those boys. Pardon?
How do you think that our people can afford the war? Do you know what is happening? Do you know that we're already at war already?
No. Okay, Chinedu, let me tell you something. You see, during the Biafra War, I was already a young adult then. Okay, I was a young adult then. I was becoming a man already. Me, I carry the box of bullet, follow army. You wanna go hear me? Cool. I carry the box of bullets, following army to go through right down through to Nichabut, right to Okwale Bush, right over even as far as I can. Okay? So you see, if you are not defeated before the battle, you will surely win the battle.
My brother,
Let us not be defeated before the battle.
I understand you, but even Ojukwu, having one-on-one discussion with him, he said that we cannot afford another war. We should avoid another war. He said that. Even Ojukwu said
Okay,
that.
fine.
And
Yes, he said that. Let me tell you, you should understand. You should understand his position.
I understand.
Him saying that does not mean he was scared of another war, but he was only trying to be very cautionary. Or what should I say? It's not that he was scared of another war.
Yeah.
Because these people, people, these Fulanis think they can take everybody for a ride. It is unfortunate, and I use the word unfortunate because if me talking to you, if I have resources that I need to work in, that country. Everything, people, by the time, because the average young Igbo man today,
Nigeria. Now you understand that Onodu God remember, this is not time for us to express emotion. What is happening in Igbo land today, the Futajelons you're talking about, is everywhere in Nigeria, ravaging and destroying lives, killing people. It is not only in Igbo land, it is happening in the West, it is happening in the North Central. In the North Central, the governor of Benue State has been fighting. In the West, they stood up to fight. They came together as a government, legitimate government, that the governors came out to ban open grazing and set up their regional security. This is not time to be shouting Fulani, 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 Fulani. No! This is time for us to be critical. Our governors from the East failed to ban open grazing. Our governors on the East failed to set up regional security, which gave a room which the enemies are looking for. The non-state actors, the IPOBs, setting up ESN, and behold, they bring down hell on our homeland. Followed by what is now happening with unknown gunmen. Now, every young man on the street today is being tagged unknown gunmen and killed indiscriminately. These are our people being killed. We have to face it head on. So what we are talking about now is, considering the situation, you cited 1967 to 1970. I sat one-on-one with the major actors of that war, from Ojukwu to Achuzie, to many of them at the top rank, those that protected that war. I sat down many years with them, on daily basis almost. And they revealed a whole lot of things to me. I'm not saying what I read in the books. I'm telling you what I had with them, one-on-one. Many people that fought that war did not even know what happened. At that time, the political leadership of Igbo land were together. Today, you have people in authority that are on different pages from the people. And when we talked about a political revolution that will bring about, there are people that will go to the center and take Biafra issue to the center where it will be discussed, so that we can avoid war and carnage of our people, so that we can protect our homeland, so that the little things that we've been able to build for ourselves after the Nigerian war against our people, we'll be able to preserve it. But because we are too carried away by emotions, by hyping, many of our people, unfortunately from diaspora, will tell you, we will come home, we will come home, we are ready to fight. There is fight already. Our people are being killed. So what we are talking about is counting the cost. What will it cost our people? How ready are our people? Who are your political leaders? Are they on the same page with you? So this is time for us to look inward, take a stock, and re-strategize. What we needed to do, I have advocated for political solutions. Our people say they are not interested. Then how do you take the issue of Biafra to the center stage where it will be discussed? We can only hail Abaribe whenever he mentions things without even mentioning Biafra. When we have Abaribes in the Senate clamoring for the aspiration of their people, taking the message to the center and taking it beyond Nigerian borders, do you think our people will continue to be killed the way they are being killed today in Imo State? So that is what we are trying to examine. Because sometimes our civilians, our people, ordinary people who do not even take part in the activities of the unknown government, you see them record these videos, sharing them up and sharing it on the social media, giving the Nigerian state the opportunity, the excuse to come in and kill our people indiscriminately. To what purpose does that serve? So we are here. If we say that what is happening in our homeland is good as a people, so be it. But I am here to voice the opinions of our ancestors, of our people.
Okay, Mr. Chinedu, you touch on a very good point, that where our weak point is. You touched on it already. And not because I am in the diaspora, not because of that. I have to strategize, or we have to strategize. When we come forever. Okay, we can come and pass them out of this world. But what I'm saying that those governors of our state, all those our governors, with them, since they don't want to be in the forefront.
Go on. I can hear you. Oh, network. We hope to have him back again.
That we are not just talking from here. We are not just talking from here. It will happen one day, one day. I know people are dying. People died in the 1966-70 war, right? And other people are living. Whoever die, and even if I die now, and other people continue, that's the major thing we want. If I die now, that other people continue, it is the but not that all of us will keep running, fearing. No, I know it is not easy to say, or it's not easy to do. But what I want us to do, that those governors, those are our politicians who are in the east and southeast and south or south, wherever they are, that they don't want to come out and sponsor or rather support what is going on, that they are supporting the Fulanis to kill our people. One day, which is not a matter of say, oh, what are we doing? No, we need to not to be afraid. Let us fight until we die, because Fulani are not Nigerians. I repeat, Fulani are not Nigerians. They want to take Nigeria from us. Let us die and die. I don't like that.
Unfortunately, the same Fulani
so much that because my hands are tied in a way, right? So I thank you for all the work you are doing, Chinedu. I thank you for all the work we are doing. But then every Igbo now that is hearing me, every Nigeria south east that is hearing me right now, let us not be afraid. Let us fight and die. Chase Fulani out of Nigeria. And I repeat, chase Fulani out of Nigeria. They are not Nigerians.
All right, thank you very much. But the answer to your question will now be, thank you very much for your contribution. But the answer to your question is, it's not about staying in diaspora to shout, chase Fulanis out of Nigeria. It is, how do you do that? How do you do that? That is the question. How do we do that? How do we get ourselves in order? How do we do that for ourselves in order, and in order not to attract unnecessary discipline? I have been briefed right now that we've gotten the network, the electricity back. Let us change our power, and we'll be right back in a matter of seconds. Yeah, welcome back again. Sorry about that interruption. We keep having it because of where we are operating from. We're still talking about counting the cost of prosecuting another war. And the last caller and the first caller that called was filled with anger, and I can understand his emotion and frustration. But we are not here to entertain any emotion. We are here to critically reason. It is quite easy for people to say, we want to fight and die. If you want to do that, you have to be here, so that we will be sure that everyone is on the same page. But how can you prosecute another war when the people in authority, whether you put them there or you don't put them, they're already there? Just like he mentioned that the Fulanis are not Nigerians, but the Fulanis are at the helm of affairs in Nigeria. They are heading the security, the military. They are heading the police. They are heading all the national security architecture. They are heading the presidency. They are heading the judiciary. They are heading everything. But they are not Nigerian. How did you get there? So it is not a matter of shouting or exhibiting any kind of emotion. I understand that, but this is no time, because this is the time for us to save lives of all. This is not time to sacrifice the lives of our people. I say it again, this is no time for us to sacrifice the lives of our people. Enough lives have been sacrificed already. Even in war, War generals don't go in and throw in their soldiers, knowing fully well they will die without achieving any result. It doesn't make sense. Even in war, even in war. I'm not here to discourage our people because tomorrow you say, hey, this year is discouraging us. I am here to tell you the simple truth. And I'm not even the one speaking. I'm speaking the mind of our ancestors that had gone before us, that has gone through this path. I have been with them. I have been with them. If our people can reason, this is time for us to re-strategize. Go back to the drawing board. Go back to the plan. We had a master plan. We need to get the political structure in Igbo land right before anything. Before anything. If we cannot ordinary taking over political power, when you know that thousands, millions of our people demand the same thing, why don't you organize them together and push for a political revolution? From there, you will start fighting from inside. There is no missing word about it. Go to Palestine, he made mention of Palestine. Did you know that Hamas is in charge of Palestine? Do you know that Hamas is in charge of Palestine? You can imagine if those in charge of Palestine are not the ones prosecuting the war against Israel. Do you think that they can even scratch a thing? They can't. You are putting Palestine. You are putting Palestine. At the time you are talking about 1970, Ojukwu and the rest of Igbo leadership, we are on the same page. They didn't declare war on Nigeria. Nigeria declared war. They did a defense. Today, common southeast, just southeast, we don't even have any political line in at all. Only in southeast. The common five states, we have the least states in the region. 5. And in that 5, you have APC, you have PDP, you have APOGA, you have YPP occupying different political positions. Only in just to tell you how politically divided we are as a people. They are the political leaders, whether you like it or not. Until you get them out, until you have Biafrans from the core, those who can go to the National Assembly and tell them in a plain language, just like the Fulanis are saying their own boldly. We need men that have balls in between their legs. This is the time to do this. This is the political war. We need to prosecute. We do not need to give our enemies the opportunity. You don't go and fight a battle where you are so much disadvantaged. You take the battle to the ground where you have advantage. At the moment, you don't have the advantage of fighting a full-blown armed war without preparation. No, we can't afford that. That is the truth. We cannot afford to attract enemies into our homeland, and our people are getting shot dead. Today, look at what is happening in Imo State. People are crying every day. Every day, people are dying. Young people are being killed. If it doesn't touch you, it touches me. And I want to appeal to whoever that is fighting on behalf of our people, please, let us use our leg and find something where enter water. I do not have better than you. Please. This is no time for emotion, because most times the people in the diaspora will tell you, we are ready, we are ready. In faraway country, while the people are dying here, we need to look at this thing from all perspectives. Our people, even the president did not hide it. He's a Fulani man, he's not hiding it. They are bringing their people from Sahel, they are not hiding it. They want to take over your land, they are not hiding it. They are not sincere in fighting against armed bandits and those who are hiding under the so-called open grazing because they want it to continue. You know all that, but why will you give them the opportunity to come in and massacre our people, defenseless people, and our people will be clapping? No, it doesn't work that way, my people. We need to come back to what we are before. We were before. Please. For now, let there be a strategy. We can win this war without shooting a bullet. Even if it must get to that, it will be on the path of self-defense and the last resort. But for us to be seen as a people, as the aggressors, it doesn't serve our good. That is the main thing. I want you all, if you still want to drop your comments on the live chat, because I'll be going there shortly. And if you want to call the number is right there on the top corner, +2348104545533 to make your submission. It is very, very important. It is very, very important. Now let me quickly go to the live chat and see what we've got there. Felix Uche, we say right on. Thank you very much for acknowledging that. Janet Okeke said the unknown gunman is a set up to tarnish the image of Southeast, and our governor falls to that trap because of politics. Debbie said, okay, she's written, thank you, or he or she, whatever. Michael Natal said, staying in Nigeria is a disaster for Igbo. We know that. That is the truth. But how do you get out of it? That is the question we are here to solve. All right? Michael Odenibo, all right, thank you very much for your advice. Stephen Obi Emeke Ekwe. He said, good evening, Comrade Chinedu Peter. Said the answer to your question, how did we get to this point of war in our Igbo from Biafra land? We got here due to political class, the governor's failure to protect. I agree with you, to a large extent. I agree with you. Ola Yeye Ola said this guy is a politician's mole. I don't know which guy he's talking about. Whichever guy you are talking about, we don't know. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Chinedu.
Yeah.
Hello, Chinedu. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Vincent. You're welcome.
Yeah. What is the topic today?
Yeah, we know what you're talking about. We know what you're talking about already, right?
No. I'm just joining now.
Oh, you're joining. We are talking about counting the cost of another war. We are talking about counting the cost of another war. Can Biafra afford it? Can Biafra afford it? That is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say?
Well, I know my people is bad, whether you like it or not, by anybody. Biafra, somebody won't know who we are. They won't go through without saying it. I know our people are committed. But if we shouldn't attack first. We should be on defensive position and try to put our house in order. For what is happening today in Nigeria, everybody knows that the country is going down. Where everywhere. So the question on whether we should survive another war should not even come in, because 2021 is not the same thing. I repeat, it is not the same thing, and it can never be the same thing as 1967 to 1970. Are you with me?
Of course, I agree with you.
So that is my position for now.
All right,
That
now
the war is everywhere in Nigeria.
Nigeria is already
Okay.
Nigeria is already at war. We all acknowledge that. But what is happening in the
Yeah.
southeast today can be avoided. What do you think about it?
Yeah, it could be avoided. I agree with you. Chinedu. It could be avoided. Ihe anyị need ime kịta ọgụ uche.
How do we fight the intellectual war? Our people are listening. We are
The-
sharing opinion.
Yeah, the intellectual war, the elders and the people like you should be speaking, should be directing our people, because we need our best, first 11 to be on the front line, directing our people on what to do, directing them what to do and when to move and when not to move. This is the time we need our wise men to come out. A few days ago, I watched their program with Professor Uzodimma Nwala. Of course, you said some elders are still fearless. Even though everybody is complaining that I am with elders, we don't have governors, we don't have politicians. But we can see and we have seen a lone voice, and there are so many of them hanging here and there. Professor Uzodimma Nwala spoke like a man. So, as for what we should do, few of us who are still standing up to be talking and guiding our people, we should fight and engage Nigeria strategically. This is the time to use wisdom. I think the world is hearing my voice.
All right. Now, finally, before I let you go, can you compare between 1967 to 1970 and this current dispensation? Thinking about the cost of the war and can our people afford it? Looking at that perspective, that topic on this topic under discussion, can you compare the 1967 to 70 where you have political leadership under Ojukwu, which is the military administrator at that time, and now that we have politicians who are not on the same page with the people's aspirations? Can you do the comparison and tell me how prepared we are?
Chinedu, that's what I'm saying, that now we have to be strategic, because right from our house, we are not one and we are not together. We are not on the same page with our political leaders. Who are our political leaders? These are our elected governors, the people we elected to represent us. The agitators, those of us saying that we want Biafra, are not on the same page with them. Because as you are talking about Biafra, they are talking of one Nigeria. And because they have skeleton, things to hide, they cannot be bold enough to speak the way you are speaking. So, 1967 to 1970, you have men in power. You have administrators, you have engineers, you have professors, you have young graduates, you have graduates, undergraduates in the University of Nigeria and Nsukka, who, of course, who love our people more than anything, and who can stake their life for what they believe. You have a general in the person of Ojukwu, Colonel Ojukwu then. He was a military commander, an administrator. He was in charge of our political structure, economic structure, military structure in 1967. The whole of former Eastern Nigeria is under him. He commands. Of course, he can direct somebody to be killed. He can sanction death, and he can give life. That was the situation in 1967. The economy was buoyant. Things were okay. The East were together under a sole administrator. But right now, my brother, Look at Anambra State. Anambra has a Abga government. Ebonyi has APC. Imo State APC. Abia State PDP. Do you expect these people to speak with one voice? They are not speaking with one voice. Why APC governors are scared of Buhari? That is why Ebubago has not worked out, and whoever that is waiting Ebubago is wasting his time. So the people are left. I mean, what I say, we are on our own. That is why I said we have to be strategic. We have to be very careful. We should not be the people calling for war, but we should, and I know Ndibo are prepared. Onye akpatu na-aga aka n'ọdụdụ maka ịkpati aka n'ọdụdụ ị na-atụgoro na ya bụrụ one will unite overnight to fight our common enemy. So the situation is never the same thing. It's never the same thing. 1967 and 2001 politically we are not working together like now, 1967. Thank you.
One more thing before you go. Talking about politically, we are not good to go. Do you think that it is possible for agitators to hijack political power in the southeast and make a change and turn this whole thing around? Do you think it is possible?
Chinedu is very, very possible. It can happen in next 3 years. It can happen in next 4 years. It can happen because if you are telling the world that our people are Biafrans and they love Biafra, the only way to prove it is to take over political power. You cannot be singing it and hiding somewhere or be inside the bush talking. You cannot be saying that our people love Biafra and they like Biafra. Why Anambra State Governor here doesn't want Biafra? He doesn't want to hear Biafra. Ebonyi State Governor doesn't want to hear Biafra. If you are talking about Biafra, you say why these people are talking about Biafra is because they don't quit justice. No, because they are not on the same page with the agitators. So it's very, very possible to take over power. But you know, our people don't like following process and do process. They buy a miracle overnight. They want something to happen overnight, and because of that, somebody can promise them Biafra this year. They follow the person. But if you tell them that it will take 4 years or 5 years for us to take up our political, they will tell you, no, Biafra is coming.
All right.
So it is there's somebody here that wants to contribute.
Okay, somebody that
hold on.
All right.
Yeah, Mr. Wokuka.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Hello. Good evening, my dear. I'm going to I can on the safe side. Ichi na akudike.
Yeah.
Why did I say so? Na say onye isi ala ya kpọpụ ndị the elders feel na o nwere ife na-eme mgbe ike ruo n'ọdụ agha papụ na ife na-eme ị na-asị ma dị ready for war. We are not ready for war, but we are on the defense. And mgbe ọ bụrụ na ị na-eje be mmadụ onye akwado ị ga-adị careful. You got to go. So, Pam Achebe can declare war against Nigeria, it's not possible. And they have to declare war. But a man not a defense can surprise you. So now, even whether they are nominated elders or elders that have volunteered themselves to go and talk with the authorities, Obone like Raman Naman, they used to go, only way to on our own way, rapid on our own way, because some quarrel and what Pata, what back to them. Only but Obaga idea is not going to be like 1967 war. It's a war that already in Najuma Magano, I got already in Nigeria.
Of course.
I got all the new Wausa, all the West, all the South, all the Middle Belt, whatever there are. Any average man if I can in Nigeria now, why not? Enwekwuru hunger battle, enwere social battle, enwere economic battle, apart from physical battle. So na already na anyị na-anụ agha ma nọchie mgbe egbo weso si ngwa agha ebido na ife the elders ga-eme bụ kapa nwee ike ije mmadụ ma onye anọ na isi obodo ma ọ mụzikwa anya uche ọ dịzikwa ya ọ makwa the implications of ebe a na-achọ ime na Nigeria because ọrụ nna na-arụ n'ezinụlọ nna pụtafụ n'ezinụlọ ya na-agbagharagara ọkpọkọ mma niile na-anọkọ akpa agaghị esime. All these agitators, when they feel impossible, are bringing them to a round table. Even away, even a wound. Akpatazia you fail and have a different issue. That's my position.
Thank you so much.
Maburu Maga, Aga already there. Abu not dropping all the them. Ago, Baga, or the greatest weapon of warfare. The man, most people cannot afford good meals.
Okay.
People are terrified and stupefied.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. We have to let you guys go and take other calls. Hello, good evening. Hello, can you turn down the volume of where you are listening from and talk to us from the phone? Hello? You are not speaking up. We can't hear you. Hello, the caller from United Kingdom. Hello? Sorry, we may let you go. We may let you go, please.
Everybody.
Yes, thank you very much for those who have just called. The lines are still open. We can still take some few more calls before we call it a day for tonight. And don't forget that this is Biafra Discourse coming to you from BVI Channel 1. It's a live interactive section where we talk about issues bothering around Biafra agitation. Today we're talking about counting the cost of another war. Can Biafran people afford another war at the moment? And we've had series of opinions coming in and also those dropping on the live chat. Let us go back to our live chat and as we continue to get your calls. All right, we have Jacob B saying the president has shown that the president has, let me not be mistaken, Jacob B, okay, the president has shown that he was fighting to get to power to fight another war with the Igbos and conquer other tribes. That is from Jacob B. We have Obed. Obed said, we never in any way called for war, but as living beings, we are to defend ourselves from any bloodthirsty Nigerian terrorists. All right? Okay, let us take this call. Hello, the caller on phone, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, this is Chima from UK.
All right, Chima, go ahead with your submission.
Yes, please. We've always been watching your programs, and these are all very much to be forewarned is to be forearmed. I think that the Igbo governors should bring themselves together in this matter, as they are just doing all these things, and most of them are hiding away from what should be done. It is just the worst part of it. I do not think that this is the matter. The matter is unity in that place.
Hello? We are losing you. Can you turn down the volume of your listening device? Hello? Turn down the volume of your listening device. Hello? Sorry, he was busy listening to the television where his voice is coming out from and it is making a mess. We say if you call, please tune down the volume of your listening device, whether on TV set or on any of your listening gadgets. Tune it down so that you can talk to us one-on-one. All right? Good. So the number to call still remains +234 8104545 You can call the direct line or you can call the WhatsApp line, all the same. The topic we are talking about is counting the cost of another war. Can Biafran people afford it? So let's go back to the lifeline. It's calling back. Hello? Hello? Hello, speak to us.
Okay, yep, are you ready now?
You were busy listening to yourself from your TV set or from where you are listening from. You should speak to us from the phone. Turn down the volume of where you are watching from. Turn it down and talk to the world from the phone where you're calling from, please.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so what I'm just saying is, I don't know aga in that place. It is not the matter. The matter is that all the Igbo governors should come together, put their heads together, because I say that not to be forewarned is to be forearmed. We have so many intelligent people, more than even the Hausa or whatever they call themselves in Fulani, northern part of it. I could not understand what is going on in that place. There is nothing like war coming up. One of the people here has made a comment saying that war is hunger, is disaster. As people are passing through all this stress in that country, it is part of war.
Yes.
Please let all the governors of all the Igbo lands come together, put their heads together, and be in unity and act in unity. I think that's the best thing for them to do.
I think that is correct. That is correct. That is correct. But the truth of the matter is that most of these governors are not on the same page with those who are agitating for Biafra. And the Biafra people are not interested in government. So what do you think about that?
Anyway, to be honest with you, it's unfortunate that the person who is leading all these things, he doesn't live in Nigeria. But to me, I think that it is hard time they came together. When all of them get together, let them follow up the person who is in charge of all of this administration, them coming together in person. It will be in unity with phone calls. A lot of all these advanced countries, they do these things and nobody even notices what is going on until the matter is achieved.
Exactly. I think I agree with you. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, hello. Hello, the caller on phone. Your name and where you're calling from. Can you tone down the volume of your listening device? Can you tune down? Who is calling us and listening to his TV set? Hello?
Okay, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but turn down the volume of your listening device and speak to us through the phone. Your name and where you're calling from.
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Go ahead. Your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm calling from Advert, Cote d'Ivoire.
All right. Go ahead with your submission. What is your take on what we're discussing about today?
Okay. I was just watching your program now, and somebody was online saying that we should make sure the Eastern governors they comes together so that we sort things out instead of going for war. Am I right?
Yes, he said that we should get our political leaders in order first.
Leaders, yeah. Mostly the governors in Eastern Nigeria.
Yes, because they are so much divided.
Exactly. Now, I want to tell that person just one thing. One, they can never come together. It's impossible. I get my point.
Yes.
The reason is this. They are not working for the same boss. You see? So some of them, those that are not interested in anything about war, good and fine. But I would like to ask them a question. Did they think that we can get Biafra by writable talk? It's not possible. It's impossible. The Northern Fulanis will never agree to come to roundtable talk for peace to reign. They are not going to live in peace with any other tribe in this world. Are you with me? Hello?
Of course. But the Yoruba people are faced with the same thing that we are faced here in the south. The North Central are faced also with what we are facing here in the south. And in the Yoruba land, they have divergent political parties. They have APC, they have PDP. but they were able to come together.
Exactly.
And they are agreeing with
Yeah.
Sunday Moho, who is agitating for the Republic. And they set up regional security. They did all that our governors failed to do. So do you think that the problem is the political class, or even the agitators themselves? Because you made mention that they cannot come together. If they cannot come together, can the agitators come together and force them out of office and get people who can represent them and represent the agitation?
Exactly. Now, to me, my belief is this. Agitation or no agitation, I know very well that we cannot get everybody 100% before we get to what we want. Some will agree and some will disagree. Now, finally, we believe that we must achieve our goals. Because why? If we say today, okay, let's keep quiet, let's be going smooth and soft, romancing them, try to find a way to sort things out without quarrel, without killing. While they, at least my brother, the Fulanis, I know them very, very well. If you go to Guinea Conakry today, if you go to Mali, they are there more than they are in Nigeria. But the Malians and the Guinea, they swear that they will never allow them to take power, to be in the head, because they are very, very wicked. I get my point now, my brother.
Yes,
so what we are doing now is just, let me say, is what's supposed to do for some years ago. But I believe God, everything will come to pass. We must achieve our goals. Remember, these Fulanis, they are not people that believe in God. They don't believe in God. They believe in themselves. They believe in...
Sorry, I think that he has got exhausted his calling units. All right, we are still on it. Can Biafra people afford another war? You can call +2348104545533 to make your submission. This is BVI Channel 1 and we are on Biafra Discuss. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, your name and where you calling from, please?
I'm coming from Cote d'Ivoire, Abidjan.
All right, go ahead with your submission. What's your name?
Okay. Dear brother, my suggestion goes this way. What our frontline, for example, our governors, have we ever one day at least go and ask them what is their problem concerning Biafra?
They are not interested.
They are not interested.
They are not, in fact, you don't even mention it around them. They are too afraid to even mention the word Biafra.
Okay. But they are refused to know that when it happens with the eye, also the nose we feel the pain.
Of course. That is why this platform has been advocating that the Biafra enthusiasts, Biafra agitators who are in their millions, should gather themselves and get rid of people who do not represent their aspiration in power. And that is where we are going to start getting it right. We have been advocating for it, but unfortunately our people say they are not interested.
Thank you very much. Now, my suggestion goes this way. We are going to our destination. No human being on earth will ever stop Biafra from coming.
That is true.
It is a matter of time.
Exactly.
It's a matter of time. And let them get in mind that it is a youth speak. They are all gone. So nothing. God in heaven has signed it already. We are going. Now, it's a matter of how do we prepare, like we just said. With God, what things are possible? Because this marriage, I can see that it cannot work in Nigeria. How can it be in a country where people are killing each one another? where you map out a different and a eastern to of them on the surface of the earth. It's impossible. We cannot live. I can tell you particularly, I cannot live with them. Whoever that doesn't value human being like him, I'm sorry, you cannot live with them.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, our brother that called from Abidjan. This is the Biafra discourse. Let us go back to our live chat and see what we got there while we are coming close to the end of the program. We're still talking about counting the cost of prosecuting another war. Can Biafra people afford it? All right. Okay. We had on Obed. Obed said we never in any way called for war, but we as living beings, we are to defend ourselves from bloodthirsty government. Okay? All right, another call is coming in. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
I want to add to your, I want to contribute to your program.
Go ahead, be fast. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Green.
Go ahead.
You were asking if Biafra can afford another war. What is really going on in Biafra land? Is it not war?
It is war. Not only in Biafra land, the entire Nigeria is at war.
No, I'm just talking about Biafra land. I don't want to go to other places.
Talking about
people's house,
exactly.
shooting people without no fault, shooting people apart and point blank, no reason, destroying people's life, savings, destroying people's life plan, destroying husbands, families, children. Is that not war?
It is war.
We're already in war. We're already fighting the war.
Of course.
What we should be talking about now is when is it going to end?
Is it the killing happening in our homeland? Are you talking about the killing happening in our homeland? Because I believe that in the last 4 or 5 months, this kind of killings were not happening in Igbo land at this rate. That's young people being summarily killed.
We're already in war. We're already in war. What we should be talking about is when is the war going to end?
Of course, in war, excuse me, in war.
Let me not go to the side of the governors.
Okay.
I don't have anything to say about the governors than to tell you that the governors are all bunch of disgrace.
I agree with you.
The Igbos, we don't speak them. They are all bunch of disgrace. They are all bunch of saboteurs. Don't take an example for what is happening in the western side. Those are the ones are doing everything they are doing. They are carrying flags. Those flags, those people are carrying. Is what Biafra is carrying and they shot them. Protest, those who are doing. That's what Biafra did. They shot them. They could not shoot those who are because the governors are behind them. That is the game. That is the truth.
Exactly.
Forget about anything they are saying. The governors supposed to do one land. They are all supporting their people.
Exactly.
Why our own? They are betraying us.
Exactly.
They are all great. I regret to know them as governors in Igbo land. People used to be very brave, but our governors are just portrayed us as cowards. They are great. I pray every day that the God of the land should smash them. That's my prayer for them. That's all I have to say.
My prayer for them is that the people should come together to flush them out. The people who are mainly Biafrans agitating for their freedom should gather themselves and flush them out of office. Until we do that, we will not get it right. Until anyone who is anti-Biafra will not smell the political office will not even be a local government chairman until men who have balls in between their legs are allowed to man the position of authority in Igbo land. What is happening in Igbo land will continue to happen, my brother. This killing, this what you're talking about in the southeast will continue. And the only people that can make that happen, my brother, the only people that can make that happen are the agitators.
They are supposed to be used to sacrifice to the gods. Take them to the shrines and use them for sacrifice. That is what we are supposed to do.
But it's
Take
true.
them to the various shrines.
Honestly, but
Take them to the various shrines and use them to assist the land.
what we need to do is to sacrifice their political ambition. We have to gather ourselves. We have been saying this from day one, but our people, even when I say it, some people will tell me Sabutua that I'm talking about one Nigeria. I tell our people, early enough, gather your and those ones that are not voting believe in Biafra until they understand that the only person that they can work for, the only person that they can support in any political ambition are those who have been tested and tried to be die-hard Biafrans. Until we get them, because the Fulanis are so bold in carrying out the agenda, they are not even asking for your opinion. They are not apologetic about it. You see them very audacious, saying whatever they want to do. They don't care about your constitution. They don't care about your rule of law. All they care about is what they want. The same thing should be applicable to our people, because everything revolves around political power. Thank God you cited it. The Yorubas, they got it right. They are doing it. They are doing exactly what is being done in the southeast, but their people are not being killed because the political powers are behind them. They support them. The same is applicable in the North Central. Go to Benue State. It's happening. But here, until we get these men out of the way, our people will continue being killed. What is happening in Imo State will worsen. Imo State today is the boiling point. So that is the truth. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you. If we have to let you go, that is the truth. My people, this is the plain truth. We have been saying it, but our people do not understand. We have been shouting on top of our voice, and our people are saying it is impossible. You see, we have to choose our battleground. We should not choose the battle being dictated by your enemies, where they have bigger advantage. At this time, we can only talk about self-defense, and this should not be done. And war is not a media hyping. War is not propaganda. War is much more. So, my people, that is not what we're talking about, and we must appreciate that. We must appreciate every one of you who have joined us and have made some contributions. Let us quickly take a look at some of the live chat as we proceed. Ohele said, dialogue is the best way for human being. I believe in dialogue. But before you dialogue, get prepared for war. Of course. And you said, very sad. Very sad. People are dying every day. Jacob B said, I will advise Igbos to lay low, because Buhari has just confessed some elders from the so-called South have been speaking to him, telling him the way that with him to deal with the Igbos. So he said, continue to say, Chinedu, I'm with you. Igbos should let low, because other tribes are ready to serve Fulanis in order to take over our properties, just like in 1967 to 1970. That is what Jacob P said. So we shouldn't carry the burden of every other Nigerian, because what is happening in Nigeria, in South, is happening everywhere in Nigeria. All right. Samuel said, my advice for Igbo people is this: 1967, they fight the fence war. If they are ready, they should take the war to the north too. I've said it time without number. If you want to fight, go elsewhere, not in Igbo land. I've said it before. We can't afford another war in Igbo land again. No, not in our homeland. And that is exactly what this guy is saying here. Jacob B said, Fulanis are gradually shifting this to Igbos. Only before you know, they will buy over other tribes with second positions and give them our properties as spoils of war. I believe our people are beginning to reason. I believe people are hearing this. I do watch BVI Channel 1. Biafra and Nigeria should read out Rwanda. The Western world don't care about Africa. They can only need our raw materials, our best brains. Syria, what is happening there? Thank you, my brother Zalfa George. Sorry if I mistake your name. Thank you for always watching BVI Channel 1. And thank you for your advice, and you put it on point. All right, we have Stephen Obi Emekekwe. The best political solution in Igbo land is politically eliminate the useless political class. That is what we've been saying. Ballot as to ongoing war. We must expand alliance across Southwest, South-South, North Central, within and international. Okay. Jacob B said, Ndibo, let's lay low. We have fought the war to liberate ourselves from Fulanis, but others join Fulanis to keep us in their hands. Those who had hand Nigeria to Fulanis should lead the war this time around. I agree with you. Chris in the car, you made mention of somebody who has damaged the reputation of Igbos. Please, we don't discuss individuals here, we discuss issues. Thank you for your comment. Jacob B said, other tribes have agreed with Fulanis should be our colonial masters. We are in the same suffering both with other tribes if we don't gang up, if we don't have a gang up of 1960, if we don't, the gang up of 1970 will happen, okay? So, all right, Joe E said, Southern Igbo governors are all clowns. Why none of them is talking? None of them is talking, my brother. Josiah said, brother, back in the days, there is no dialogue, technology. That's why there was war. Today, we have technology, and other foreign countries also US in case of war. So Biafra will stand without war. Amen. I agree with you, we can stand without war. Okay, going further, we are all in the suffering in the hands of the Fulanis. People should look back home, invest, and help themselves. We have fought war before. Let other tribes who don't like what is happening with this time. Agatha Mweze. Okay, Agatha Ndewa said, responding to somebody. Okay, please, we don't talk individuals, we talk issues. All right, but we thank you for coming in. We have Joe E. It cannot work, it cannot be successful if they are not unionized. I don't know what you say that cannot be possible. Maybe you war. He said, Agatha said, if God is on our side, no problem, because everyone cannot agree. We have to have a reasonable sense of unity. That's my own. Zafa said, yeah, the best way is political. It's time to take over grassroots administration. The current leadership are failure. Embed yourself in the two political parties. Agatha and then what said, Israel are fighting with Palestinians today. It is not all will support their war. Okay, Kingdom 1, 2, 3, Fulani oligarchy had already declared war against Biafra nation. How do we overcome it? That is the question. If Biafra is only for the Igbos, then give Biafra to the Igbos. Joe E said, Igbos do not have governors, but traitors. As long as they are there, nothing will work out for the Biafrans. Now people are beginning to realize what we've been saying all these years. There is still time to make amends. Benji said, you have only one vote. Others from South are more hardcore than Igbos for Biafra struggle. I've listened to them. So when the time comes, just cast your vote, period. So I think with this, John has said, anyway, he's responding to people. That's not what we are going to be talking about. I think we have taken enough of the live calls and also the live chat. In case you are unable to get through, sorry about that. We'll be wrapping up. We hope to reconvene again on this program next week on Friday. As usual, you can continue on the discussion via the comment section. Subscribe if you have not, like and share. Follow us on all our social media platforms and stay connected to the voice of the people, the voice of God, and the voice of our ancestors. Thank you for watching this far. When I come your way again, I will admonish you to subscribe, like, share, and follow us on all our live programs. On Monday, we have Good Governance Ministry coming up every Monday, 11 to 12. We also have on Tuesday, People's Parliament, and on Fridays like this, Biafra discussion. But on daily basis, we bring to you matters arising every day. There are so many things happening. You feel open again, no more Nigeria. Things are always happening. So we bring it to you on daily basis. Don't miss a thing by clicking on the subscription button. Stay safe, my people, and be safe. That is the most important thing. I'm signing out. Bye-bye for now.